Hopefully, you're already updating your radio station website with local news, events, and other fresh content. That's just smart. But what else could your radio station website be doing to drive more revenue and more traffic and deepen the ties in your community? Well, today we're going to look at some clever, maybe even some overlooked ways that you could make your website work even harder, and it might even surprise your sales team. Hi, it's Jim. Welcome to Better Radio Websites, the podcast that wants to help you get more visitors and the most revenue from your radio station website. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe this video. It helps the algorithm put this content in front of more radio professionals just like you. Well, by now, you've already heard us say a million times that your radio station website, you should always be adding local news, events, and other fresh content. I mean, that's just the foundation. We've beat that into the ground and hopefully into your heads as much as we can. And if you're not doing that, please start there, because there's no fancy new feature that we're going to mention today or anything like that that's going to save a stale website. You have to have fresh content on your website really at all times. Not only will your visitors appreciate that, but search engines, and especially the AI search engines, they will appreciate that as well. So today, we're going to go beyond the basics, more than just adding the local content. All right. So what else could your website be doing? Well, today we're going to talk about some out-of-the-box ideas for your radio station website that doesn't require you signing up for, an expensive third-party service or tools like Second Street, or there's other different things out there that you could sign up for. They're third-party services, and we don't like. I mean, they are great. Don't get us wrong; those services are absolutely awesome, but it's typically you're being directed either to another website or something like that, and that takes away from your website, because you never want to really drive traffic away from your station website, because I mean that affects everything from SEO to branding and all kinds of things. All right, so these are things that you can start planning and start selling right now using the platform that you're already on. So the website that you already have, it doesn't have to, as long as you're creating the fresh content, that's the foundation layer. These are things that we're laying on top of that. And hopefully this will drive more traffic to your website and open up some new revenue streams for you as well. The first one on our list is to host best of contest. You've seen the best of, and there's actually a quote unquote best of service out there that you can sign up for. And the reason that we don't like them is because they take you off to their website. These are for things like, like the best tacos in town, or the top local teachers, or their favorite summer hangouts. There's all kinds of different categories that you can do. And then, of course, you run the contest for a certain amount of time. We've done a previous podcast on that in the past where we do these best of things. These are premium services that are out there, and this type of thing that you could actually put on your website. You don't require that separate website in order to direct listeners to, because, again, like I said, it affects SEO, and really, if you can keep everything on your station website with just by using regular polls or voting forms, then it's better to do that, because you're driving more traffic on your website, and that increased traffic helps your SEO, and it helps people find your station whenever they're not really even looking for your radio station. And then you can monetize this with premium placements throughout that, category sponsorships, maybe even upselling businesses for, the Vote For Us campaigns, where they actually do promos on the radio. And so, vote for us in the best of campaign, so-and-so and so-and-so, and you have to pay for that. It's a brilliant way to get new advertisers involved who may never even considered radio yet. Look into doing something like that on your radio station website rather than going out to one of the services. And if you just don't have the folks or don't have the know-how, then do look into one of those other services. But really, you could do it on your station website just by using regular forms, even Google Forms, and then embedding them on your station website. All right, another one, you could sell sponsored articles. We've mentioned this in a few other podcasts, but we haven't really very deep into the subject. But this is for advertisers who are hungry for new ways to do advertising and get their word out there. What I'm thinking of, like sponsored contests, if you've ever seen these national publications, even online or magazines or newspapers or anything like that, where throughout the content, they will have sponsored posts. This post is sponsored by so-and-so financial or whatever, and they're talking about whatever ways that you can do better, like maybe during tax season or something like that. Well, you could have the local Smith Hardware or whatever do the five top winterizing tips for your home, and it's brought to you by them. What that does is it presents them as the local expert for all kinds of things. And so you're getting content on your station website. They're getting their name out there in ways that are really going to help them be the thought leader and the go-to expert in their whatever their field is. And I mean, it's a win-win on all accounts. And it's not traditional advertising on the radio. Sure, they could follow that up with maybe a campaign that goes along with that vibe on the radio, but direct them to your website and have them create a post or maybe a series of posts on anything, how to choose the right auto insurance, the best tax breaks for this tax season, or anything like that. All right. So, and that's going to bring a whole lot more traffic to your website, because obviously they're going to publish it and they're going to be sharing it out on social, and they're going to be mentioning it maybe in their business or whatever. Hey, yeah, go check out the website. And so you're going to be mentioning them on the air. They're going to be sharing it out on social. Your website's going to be getting all of this traffic, and boom, you got this instant digital plus on-air bundle that you're putting out there. So, and your website obviously going to be the hub for all of that great content that they are creating for your station website. All right. So look into selling sponsored articles. And then number 3 on our list is to have local deals and coupons. 20% off Joe's Pizza, or buy one massage, get one free from Bella Spa, or something like that. But just a list of all of the local deals in your area. Now, businesses can pay a monthly fee to be listed on this page. Of course, you're going to promote it on air, and they pay to be on the page, and so everybody wins, right? Maybe if they click on this certain link within this page, it gives them 15% off whenever they book their appointment on wherever their website link is, or something like that. There's all kinds of ways that could benefit businesses for you creating a local deals or a coupon page on your station website. And then there are local business directories that you can create. Very, very easy to do. If you have just a page builder on your station website, you can create this for restaurants, shops, local services. Let the businesses pay to be featured on one of these pages, or maybe even have larger logos or priority spots. That's one thing that I mentioned to everyone who gets our business directory, is to make sure that everybody's logo is the same, because we have had people reach out to the radio station complaining because so-and-so's logo was bigger than their logo. And it was really just because their logo was wider than it was small or tall or whatever. So those are things that you have to, but maybe if they're paying extra for the bigger logo, you could too. And so you could get that bigger logo as well. Like I said, there's all kinds of great upsells that you can use within the local business directory. And it's great for local chambers, tourism groups that want to showcase what your area has to offer. So really, it's a great thing to have on your station website, the local business directory. And then there are contest lead generators. Now, what I'm talking about this is, sure, you're probably already doing some sort of contest on your station website, and that's great for concert tickets and things that you're giving away. But how about partnering with an advertiser for a contest that generate direct leads for them specifically? It's not a station collaboration contest. This is something specific for them, because if you think about it, they only have their own social media and their own website to give things away. Let's say a spa company is giving away a free spa because of their spring sale or whatever. And so they can only give that away on social media and their station and their website. But what if they partner with you because you have a whole new audience? It's not something that you really have to collaborate with them in order to give away this free spa, or maybe a year's worth of oil changes from Pete's Auto, or maybe a kitchen makeover courtesy of some cabinet company or something like that. Maybe they don't even have an on-air schedule for this. You just want to sell them being on your contest page. And maybe you mention it on the air every so often. But what I'm saying is, if you're looking at a client who maybe hasn't bought into radio yet, but you want to kind of ease them into it, this is something that you can do in order for them to see the power of radio. And what it's going to do for them, it's going to open up their contest, whatever it is, to an entirely new audience. And it's going to give you another client that you can put, who maybe they're not advertising on the radio and they haven't bought into that yet, but they do have maybe a small budget to go towards something that they're already doing. And so if you can drive more customers to them with this little bitty thing that they've bought, then they can see the power of radio, and they want to, buy in even more and get even more people coming to their businesses because of the power of radio. So this is something that you can offer. It's not a station collaboration. Again, it's not a station slash advertiser contest. It is an advertiser only contest, but it's on our contest page on our station website. We've sold them that placement. Just like we're selling a banner ad on that page, we're selling them the opportunity to put their contest on our contest page. Now, obviously, within the notes of that contest, you're going to be able to, you should say that, hey, yeah, we're sharing this information with this client. This is not and so your rules will have to kind of cover you on that, just to make sure that everybody knows. Now, since we're talking about contests, if you do have a partnered contest that you normally do, that you and so are giving something away, if somebody enters online and they click that submit, the thank you page should not just be something generic, thank you for entering our contest. It should be something specific and dealing with that client. Like, thanks for entering the contest. Be sure to check out the great deals from ABC Car Care here. Maybe even you print out a coupon or something like that, or some sort of a graphic that leads to their website that deals with all of the different benefits from, for going out and visiting this client. This additional step that you're taking, it's a very, very simple value add that makes the advertisers very, very happy that they're spending money with you. So that's just a little pro tip, in addition to, it's totally separate from what we were talking about with, having a contest lead generator and selling that on your station website. The next one on our list is video series or interviews, like a local business spotlight series where you interview business owners about whatever their business is, and they pay to be featured as you post the videos on your website. Share them on social, and maybe even run snippets of the interviews on air as you promote it online. I've seen where these are actually recorded at live remotes and then featured on the station website throughout the week. And then the following week, there's another remote. They'll do another video that kind of runs throughout the following week. Now, a pro tip here, since most of the videos cannot autoplay on your website, is to make the thumbnail for this an exclusive offer or an incentive to click or watch. Like you did a car dealership and, click this, watch this video to get $500 off your next vehicle at so-and-so. And so there's an incentive in order to play that, because if you just have the thumbnail of that video on your website, just some sort of random frame in the video, there's no reason to click on that video. So you're not going to, the client's not going to see a whole lot of views on that. They're not going to see a lot of engagement on that. But if you make that thumbnail an exclusive offer or some sort of incentive to watch that video, then that is going to pay off for them even more. And the next one on our list is to offer downloadable guides. We have a couple of our clients that are doing this right now for the summer, like the 2025 Summer Events Guide or the Lake Guide, sponsored by Miller's Boat Sales, or the local holiday shopping guide, thanks to Main Street Pharmacy. the 2025 Fall Wedding Guide, brought to you by Karen's Bridal. I mean, you build out these PDFs. They're laid out just like a magazine with ads inside, which the advertisers have to pay for and to be included in this, right? And then you promote it, and that you go to the website and download it. And lots of third-party services will do the flip books, and those are cool, but they often charge a premium fee to host that PDF, which is really what it is, on their website. What we're talking about is things that you can do on your station website without having to go to one of these premium services. What we recommend is to take that same PDF, and if it's too big to be put on your website, upload it to Google Docs and then embed that Google Doc on your station website. So very, very easy to do. You might not have that flip little animation, but that is perfectly okay. As long as the content is worth scrolling through, you're not going to have to worry about people finding the flip to be something that's very, very cool. That's really the only reason why flip books are a cool thing, because some people think that flipping a digital page online is cool. And that's the only reason that they exist. But scrolling up and down, everybody's used to doing that. So go ahead and just upload your PDF wherever you need it. And then as long as the content is good, the flipping doesn't really matter. All right, the next one on our list is hyperlocal content pages or internal microsites. Now, we've talked about hyperlocal content before, things that live on your station website that are not just immediate, like news or local events that kind of come and go. Hyperlocal content can stay on your station website for longer periods of time and are still relevant over long periods of time, like the best wedding venues near Jackson, or the top live music spots in Brandon, or just anything like that. So that could probably be good for a year, maybe two, those kinds of posts. All right. So if you build some of these, businesses can pay to be featured within these, and then your site gets found on Google for searches like, wedding venues near me and live music near me. So you do want to make sure that these pages are structured properly and tagged appropriately to be found in those kinds of searches. You'll have to put locations and things like that in those posts in order to be sure that they are found by when somebody does a search for something near me. That's very, very powerful local SEO and direct sales that you can benefit from. And you're just putting this extra content on your station website. And then there are dedicated local sports pages, high school sports, local leagues. I mean, even regional college scores and all the team information you can put on your station website. Sell sponsorships to these, to restaurants, car dealerships, and insurance agents who want to be tied to local sports fans. And then there's the local business resource center. You can put a section on your website that has all kinds of marketing tips, local business success stories, or downloadable checklist, all to do with local business resources around your area. Now, this may be more of a market type website, or kind of like a corporate website that you have this on, but still, this is something that you could put on your website, and it positions your station as the local marketing expert, not just another place to buy 30-second spots and website banner ads. All right. So look into creating a local business resource center. And like I said, that will go alongside what we recommend that groups do is create a marketing blog specifically for advertisers. So this would be kind of a helper to that local blog where you're giving marketing tips and all kinds of business success stories, of course, dealing with advertising on the radio, of course, and advertising on your station website. So that's the local business resource center is a very good thing that you could put on your station website. So really the big takeaway that we're talking about today is your station website it can be a whole lot more than just a stream button. All right. Your station website can easily become a 24/7 sales machine, content hub, and local marketing powerhouse. All you need to do is add some of these additional features to your website, and you may find that as you add some of these, that they get so big that they require their own separate website. So if you do a section for the like a lake guide or a the summer event guide or something like that, you may find that the PDF is, you have so many businesses wanting to advertise on that thing that you don't have enough room for that. So maybe it's worth transferring that over to an entire other website just for that, whatever that is. That could be if you do like a local show in your market. So like the wedding show, the wedding venue, they have the venues and have the flower shops and everything else coming in for this one show. We've seen other markets where they did have a page on their website, but the event got so big and they had so many advertisers, they really couldn't fit everything onto one single page. They had to go and they had to get like a microsite. And so within their station website, they had 2 or 3, 4, 5 pages dedicated to this. But then they still had so much growth over the amount of time, then it just required that they have their own separate website so they could add events and different things, local things that were happening throughout the year on this station website. That is the kind of eventual growth that we want to get you to where you start out with one of these things that's pretty small, and then depending on your market, see which one works. And if one takes off, then that's the kind of growth that we want to see. All right. So if you're not exploring just a few of these ideas, your competitors might eventually and start cashing in on that. And we want you to beat them to that. All right. So if you need help turning your website into this kind of local money machine, that's what we do here at Skyrocket Radio. We build websites that look great, they load fast, and they come packed with features that drive revenue for you and your station. All right. And if that interests you, or if you know somebody that does, reach out to us at skyrocketradio.com. Hopefully this information helps you. If it has, again, please like, subscribe, and share it out with your radio colleagues. We so much appreciate it. Have an awesome week online making your radio station website better. We'll see you next time.
Looking to maximize your radio station's digital presence? Skyrocket Radio delivers custom websites and mobile apps built exclusively for radio stations by radio professionals. Our websites engage listeners and drive revenue, while the integrated apps keep your audience connected wherever they are. It's a complete digital solution designed to boost your station's reach and ad sales. To take your station's online experience to the next level, visit skyrocketradio.com.